Are the Golden State Warriors on the brink of making a game-changing move? Rumors are swirling about a potential trade that could elevate our squad to true title contenders. With the playoffs around the corner, every decision counts, and the addition of a star player could be just what we need to reclaim our throne. Stay tuned as we dive into the latest buzz and what it could mean for our championship aspirations. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up to keep up with all things Warriors. The Golden State Warriors have certainly made a splash this season, starting off with an impressive 12-5 record, and yet, there's this lingering question. Can they really compete with the likes of the Thunder, Nuggets, and Suns in a playoff series? As a passionate fan, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and apprehension. What if the front office pulls the trigger on a trade to solidify their chances? Let's dive into some of these intriguing trade ideas that could have a monumental impact on the Warriors' title aspirations. First up is Miles Turner from the Indiana Pacers. Imagine Turner anchoring the defense with his shot-blocking prowess and stretching the floor with his three-point shooting. He's averaging nearly 2 blocks a game and shooting over 42% from beyond the arc. If the Warriors can move Jonathan Kuminga, Tracy Jackson-Davis, and a first-round pick to land him, it could be a game-changer. Turner would not only shore up their rebounding issues but also allow Draymond Green to focus on playmaking. I mean, can you picture Curry thriving with that kind of space? It's tantalizing, isn't it? Then there's Cameron Johnson from the Nets. With Klay Thompson's departure, the Warriors need shooting, and Johnson is shooting over 43% from three. If they could swap Kuminga, Gary Payton II, and Kevin Looney for him, they'd be adding a versatile player who can defend multiple positions and shoot lights out. He has playoff experience too, which is invaluable. You have to wonder, would that be the final piece to keep the Warriors' championship window wide open? I'm honestly torn. It sounds like a solid move, but is it worth giving up so much depth? Herbert Jones from the Pelicans is another name that pops up, and he could elevate the Warriors' defense significantly. With his ability to guard top scorers and create havoc in passing lanes, adding him to a lineup featuring Draymond would be a defensive nightmare for opponents. The thought of Kuminga and Moses Moody heading to New Orleans in exchange for Jones is intriguing. Would this be the defensive boost that puts the Warriors over the top in a loaded Western Conference? And then there's Clint Capella, who could provide the Warriors with the rebounding and rim protection they desperately need. If Atlanta is willing to take on Gary Payton II and some young talent in exchange for Capella, it could give Golden State a much-needed interior presence. His ability to finish around the basket would complement Curry's game perfectly. I can almost envision those alley-oops in transition. But is Capella the right fit for this style of play? That's something we'd need to consider. Now, what about Nick Claxton? The young big from the Nets could be a perfect fit. He's athletic, versatile, and a great lob threat. If the Warriors could acquire him by sending Kuminga and a couple of role players to Brooklyn, they'd be bringing in a player who can defend multiple positions and fits seamlessly into their system. He's young, which would also align with the Warriors' long-term plans. I find myself wondering, could Claxton be the missing piece in the frontcourt? Dillon Brooks, with his tenacious defense and scoring ability, could also be a fit. If the Warriors could deal Payton II, Kyle Anderson, and a first-round pick to bring him in, they'd be adding a player who thrives in high-pressure situations. He's not afraid to take the big shots, and his defense would be invaluable in the playoffs. But does his style mesh with what the Warriors are trying to do? That's a question worth debating. Lastly, there's Marcus Smart. The former Defensive Player of the Year could be a game-changing addition, bringing grit and leadership to the squad. If the Grizzlies are open to a deal involving Payton II and a few second-round picks, it could provide the Warriors with another playmaker and defensive asset. Smart has shown he can perform in clutch situations, and imagine having him alongside Curry in the backcourt. It's hard not to get excited about that prospect. So, what do you think? Are these moves the right path forward for the Warriors? Personally, I'm a bit torn. Each trade offers a unique benefit, but they all come with risks too. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these potential trades? What direction should the Warriors take to solidify their status as title contenders? Let's get the conversation going in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth analysis. Activate the notification bell so you never miss an update on our beloved Warriors. Let's keep the discussion alive, and as always, go Dubs!